Little Caesars. Just came back from Little Caesars. I didn't have any pizza. I ordered a large pizza with 3 toppings, total with a tip. Yes, I left a tip right there. You can do it on your card right there in the store. It was $15.50. The guy takes my money, doesn't wash his hands. They got a wash station right there, visible for everybody to see. Doesn't wash his hands. Goes to where the pizza making station is, grabs the ladle of the sauce, puts it in the middle of the pizza, and starts massaging the sauce into the pizza. But he's not making the circles bigger. He's maintaining the same ratio circumference. He's not actually getting the circle bigger. You know what I mean? He's just not paying attention to what he's doing. He's looking around rather than looking at what he's doing. And then the Little Caesars bell goes off. Another customer enters. Bing! Or how does it go? Boom! I'm trying to make the sound effect of the door opening. Another customer walks in. The guy's got a big pile of change, a big pile of stinky change that's been in circulation for decades. You know, it's just a big pile of change. I mean, that's a big, giant pile of change and one crinkled up dollar bill. This money must stink to high heaven. You ever smelled a big pile of change before? It's got all of that finger residue from being in circulation for all those decades, from all the people that have touched it. All of their finger grease is all over that money, so it gets that smell, that odor, that gross fucking smelly, gross odor. So anyway, the guy takes his money, which takes like 5 minutes to ring up because the guy's got to count the change. Same guy who's making the pizza is now counting the change, even though there's 2 other employees in the back, which I'm about to get to in a second. I say, I would like a refund. This is taking too long. I ordered a specialty pizza rather than the ones they've got ready. You know, because I like to see them watch them make my pizza. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to watch this guy make his pizza. But he didn't wash his hands, so immediately right there, I was gonna ask for a refund. I was just waiting for that perfect moment to say, I'm really hungry. Should I ask for a refund? Well, I'm gonna continue to watch him to see if he even puts any gloves on. But if he touches my pepperoni with his bare hands, that's when I'm gonna snap. But it didn't get to that point. There's a guy standing next to him who's also helping, who's also working. He's kneading the dough, and he's got it in his hands, and he's showing everybody, and he's got his bare hands. And the same guy who's making my dough, the same guy who's making the dough is just as shoddy looking. No hairnet, big, just greasy hair, long, stringy, greasy hair, both of them. The guy who's making the pizza and taking the money, which makes no sense to me. That's just dumb and just gross, unless they're gonna wash their hands every single time they handle money. That should be a given. That should just be, without question, something somebody who is a good person should just do. They shouldn't have to be told or taught that. That should be just something that their parents should have taught them. So, finally, I get my refund. After this little short 5 foot, I'm not joking, 5 foot tall, green shirt wearing, Little Caesars logo on, manager, refunds my money. And that's when I snap. I'm like, you got a guy back there who's making the pizza and handling the money while you're back there staring at your phone doing nothing. And you got this guy over here making dough who doesn't have a hairnet on, who also is not using gloves. And I have no idea, maybe he was also handling the money from the other customers that came in here before me. His hands are probably just caked with disgusting, the dirty money residue. It's there. It's just gross. Okay, so how do I know he's not also helping with the money? Of course he is, because the other guy's got to probably use the facilities once in a while, so he's got to have his other employees help. So all 3 of them are handling money. All 3 of them are not washing their hands. They're touching keyboards or answering phones, but none of them are washing their hands. And on the way out, I yell, guys, put on a fucking hairnet. And that's the only time I use the F word. And I left quietly and peacefully after that in the parking lot. But I made sure to give them a big giant bird. I flipped them off with the biggest giant bird you can think of. I made sure it was prominent. And I was like, yeah, you see this? This is for you. Yeah. So I let them know how I felt. But I drove away calmly and slowly, because you always want to drive slow in a parking lot, even if you're upset. Little Caesars, at least the one near me, has probably got hair follicles all in it. And the people that make it don't wash their hands. They just don't. It's gross. I'm glad I got my money back. Because if I would have actually let them go through the whole process and make my pizza, I would be so disgusted with myself right now, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. I'd be thinking, oh my God, I'm probably crunching on hair. And you know, we all know what's on small bills, right? That all the residue from what goes up people's noses, it's all over small bills. That's one of the number one reasons why people should wash their hands after handling money in the food industry. Why did I even have to make this video? I can't believe I even had to make this video, but here it is. And there's people like that all over the planet. All over the planet. There's people like that. They just don't care. No pride in what they're doing. Just don't care. They're gross, disgusting people.